what is beneath my feet. So this is war, casting a shadow.
Award-winning Canadian musician Robb Nash is declaring war on mental illness with this new single, This Is War, and a new symbol, a tattoo sleeve made up of the names of 900 suicide victims, stark imagery, and music as medicine. And we welcome Robb to CP24 Breakfast. Robb, good morning.
Hey, good morning. Good to be here.
Likewise. Robb, tell us a bit about your backstory. You had a near-death experience. I want to know how that sort of folds into your current crusade to help young people struggling with mental health issues.
Yeah, when I was 17, me and my buddies went for a joyride, and we actually got hit by a semi-truck, and I was found with no pulse, not breathing. Obviously, got resuscitated. They rebuilt my skull with titanium and my shoulder. I woke up from my coma. I didn't know who I was or my parents, and I went from a 6'5" dude playing sports to a guy getting bathed by his mom, and it brought me to a really dark place where for 2 years I was suicidal, didn't want to be alive, and nobody knew, but I made it through that time, and I wondered how many other people are like me, having those same dark thoughts, not talking about it. So I decided I needed to tell my story. So I started playing music, and I got a record deal, had a few top 10 hits on the radio, and then walked away from the record industry for 10 years, doing free shows in prisons, youth detention centers, reserves, and schools, just telling my story.
They say pain is a teacher and the wisdom comes in through the wounds. And you've wounded yourself in a positive way with your tattoos. Tell us about those.
Yeah, we started putting this focus, our shows started getting bigger, and I meet with students after these presentations and concerts, and over 900 students actually walked up to us and handed us their suicide notes that they were carrying with them and waiting for somebody to push them over the edge. And they're like, here, I don't need this anymore. And they'd walk off with the school counselor to get help. And then we started getting posted in so many Instagram photos and Facebook of students tattooing the lyrics on our songs on their arms where they used to cut. So I wanted to show them that they were valuable to me as well. So I took all the signatures and names from all those suicide notes and I tattooed them on my arms because I wanted to show them, look, you're that valuable to me as well. And I feel like whenever we talk about addictions, we seem to focus on the overdoses. When we talk about mental health, we seem to focus on the suicides. I want to be able to show people, look, these are all names of people that once had those thoughts too, and they're still here.
That's powerful stuff, Robb. Look, this is a tough mountain to climb, right? It's a process, not an end point. And this is a society that still infantilizes and sort of emasculates and stigmatizes men, for opening up about this. You push it down, you suck it up. And social media has made a lot of young people, especially women, feel less than in many ways. How now, to sort of bring it full circle, is music for you both the medium and the message of your mission?
Yeah, well, first it was a release for me. Like, I always, when I talk with young people, it's like, don't trap those thoughts inside. Like, so often we want to be normal. And I'm like, no, express it, channel it into a poem, into a song, into a diary, into a painting. Like, don't keep those dark thoughts inside. So for me, it was first therapeutic. And then I realized, every kid is walking around with headphones in their ears. They're listening to something. Music can calm you down when you want to go to sleep. It can rile you up before a hockey game. So that's why I chose music as a way to tell my story. And seeing all these breakthroughs has been really incredible. And during the pandemic, it's been tough because isolation and depression is a bad combo. But we got a new album out, and we've actually got a documentary coming out soon where we followed up with
awesome.
some students, like, where are they now? And some incredible stories that we also broke up into episodes and put together a team of psychologists and teachers that put it into a school curriculum that's available now on robbnash.ca as well.
That's amazing. Yeah, and your new record, This Is War, comes out June 10th. Yeah, you mentioned COVID and isolation. Yeah, it's been this parallel pandemic, hasn't it? Because isolation was the best way we learned how to beat this virus, but it's a pretty terrible way to try and be a human being, right?
It really is. And, we had so many communities reaching out, talking about how their young people specifically were struggling. And it was tough to sit on the sidelines. And I don't think we're really going to know the long-term effects of affecting people's mental health. But I try to stay on the positive side of things. And it's good to see things opening up because people need communication. People need one another. And, I lost my dad in this last year as well. And not having been able to see him, in this last little while was really tough, and it affected me. It affected most people.
Yeah, it's an ongoing dialogue, Rob, and I know that the music is a big part of this. And we talk a lot about talking around here with our Bell Let's Talk programming, but listening really is the key too, isn't it? Because you never learn anything when you're talking.
Yeah, that's the thing is, and some people like they say, "Well, Rob, it was good that you were hit by a semi because look what you've done with it." Like I wouldn't wish that on anyone.
Right.
We can learn from tragedy for sure, but we can learn from each other's stories. That's why I tell my story. I don't want others to have to die like I did before they start to live and realize they have value and purpose. And I honestly think we're losing some of the most gifted people to mental health. Like, look at Hollywood, like some of the most gifted people are
Agreed.
the ones struggling. So for me, it's all about channeling, and through the documentary, the music, and this curriculum, there's some incredible stories that I can't wait to share with the world.
Robb Nash, you're a happy warrior and a soldier, and we appreciate your time here on CP24 Breakfast. Once again, the record, This Is War, comes out June 10th, correct?
That's right.
And the documentary, when?
It's all finished shooting. We're just waiting for the platform. So we want as many people to see it as possible very soon.
Robb Nash, keep it up. We really appreciate it. Thanks so much.